I have been a fan of the Soldier shoot 'em up since 1986, beginning with Star Soldier on the NES. On the TG16 we had Superstar Soldier, a favorite of mine, and although not making it to North America, Final Soldier on the PC Engine. Well, I was there at launch for the fourth installment, Soldier Blade, in 1992, and the good news? While it doesn't break the mold, it is extremely solid, addicting, and a fitting high-mark shooter finale for TurboViews. Here we go. Aliens are now attacking Earth. Luckily, the Soldier Blade was designed, a heavy fighter craft specifically created for these types of alien attacks. Guess who will pilot this ship and hopefully save the Earth? You got a mirror handy? At the beginning, you have normal game for one player and challenge mode, a familiar option in this series which we'll cover later. Setup mode allows you to adjust the difficulty between normal and hard or listen to sound tests. And screen mode allows you to swap the gaming size between normal or arcade, which squeezes things in a bit. Once you set the options, you can slip into normal game, where your goal is to fight through each of the 7 stages, dodging numerous bullets and obstacles, blowing up tons of stuff, and annihilating a boss or two along the way. It's pretty typical overhead shooter fare. The screen scrolls as it sees fit, sometimes even freezing the action, with attacking enemies flying in from the top, rolling around on the ground, or popping up from the background. The direction key moves your ship all around the screen, and holding down button 2 fires your standard weapon with automatic shots. No need to raise the turbo switches here. After destroying a power-up pod, a power-up item will float around, allowing you to grab it and increase your shot power. Red is the standard cluster, which is quite powerful in this game. Blue is a laser, and green is a wave. These can be increased in power up to 3 times, and subsequent pickups will cause a burst out, or a full screen damage of enemies. Collecting the same color also increases the resistance level of your ship, essentially giving you a shield for a set number of hits. Tapping button 1 will toss a super shell, including the maximum heat trace, the sweeper blade, and the chase blaster. You are invincible while the shell's energy is being depleted, so use this to your advantage. You can have up to 3 shells in stock, and using one automatically switches to the next in line, swapping out your current weapon. If you take a hit, your power will drain a notch, but if you're completely destroyed, remaining shells pop out and can be collected again. Adding to that, as long as you have super shells in stock, you also have a nice gun body unit alongside. Soldier Blade is interesting because it ditches secondary weapons like missiles and instead introduces a unique power-up system that, once you get used to it, works well. The game might help you stay powered up longer than some shooters, but learning to juggle these various attacks is crucial here. What I love about Soldier Blade is its unique stage layout. Yes, at times it has a typical structure, but it often mixes things up with multiple mini-bosses or little story segments. I also have to give it up to the bosses. They are immensely creative, often appearing earlier to tease or even attacking you off-screen. Some of them use multiple weapons that break off as you chop them down, revealing something else at the ready. This one boss here, you'll meet him a number of times throughout the game. He will mention, until your final encounter when he says, oh. Soldier Blade looks fantastic with excellent detail and color. The backgrounds are very involved, often changing midstream or incorporating beautiful multi-scrolling and foreground effects. Plus, the random special effects are really cool. Aside from a little flicker, the graphics are solid, incorporating a unique balance of looks from stage to stage. Thumbs up. The music is also fantastic. Right off the bat, Soldier Blade hits you with a pumping soundtrack, getting the old heart racing. Almost every track is great and fits the mood nicely. The sound effects are nicely varied, but could have used a little more punch. However, the speech is clear, and overall, the sound works well. The Soldier series always had excellent controls, and this final TG16 installment is no different. Since the game really never slows down, this is a must. The ability to change your ship's speed from high to low via select at any time will help with this. Your finger will mostly be down on button 2, but swapping to the other selections is a breeze. When you die, Soldier Blade adopts the regenerate at the same spot concept. Luckily, extra lives are plentiful at various score values, and you can accumulate up to 9. When all ships are gone, though, Continue now appears on the title screen, allowing you to restart from the same stage. Speaking of the title screen, let's not forget the Challenge mode, also known as the familiar Caravan mode. A race to get a high score in a 2 or 5 minute campaign. You have enemies, gun turrets, boxes, and more, all available for points, with the cluster gun being your only weapon. As always, these are fun little diversions as you try and outscore your friends or yourself. Soldier Blade is excellent, and while the structure won't knock your socks off, the game is extremely polished, beautiful to look at, addicting, and a fitting end to the Soldier series on the TG16. Like any good shooter, it has a great rhythm as you learn enemy patterns and stages. It doesn't introduce as many nail-biting moments as, say, Super Star Soldier, but it's still a good challenge, has a good balance, and is maybe a bit more approachable as a result. And hey, a step down from a heart attack while playing a game isn't necessarily a bad thing. I used to say that Super Star Soldier was my favorite entry in the series. But after spending time with this game as a kid, and more so recently, I have to say that I love them both, and definitely recommend them both. And that, my friends, is the final shooter we will cover in regular Turbo Views. And I'm not gonna cry. I promised I wouldn't.